Hi, I'm Leslie.
And I'm Doreen.
And so we are back into a new season of Before the 90 Days. We barely had time to recover from the last one, but we're back at it. And just getting used to these new couples, and there are some interesting ones. And we're going to start, I'm going to mangle these names, but Bilal and
Shaeeda.
Shaeeda?
Shaeeda, something like that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this was the guy. He's the wealthy, or we assume fairly wealthy real estate guy. He had some dapper suits. I did see some interesting looking suits. Not quite my taste, but screamed real estate.
House looked beautiful.
House looked beautiful. You could tell he's all about real estate when you stage the home and all it all.
Yeah.
But and she is stunning, gorgeous, and all these things. But this little romance is already starting out with an issue because he wants to test her to see if she's actually into him for himself and not the money, so much so that he's filmed himself in back with a white wall and all these things. And I'm like, already we're starting with this? That doesn't fare well,
It's one thing, I'm all for it, because I know a lot of people who've been screwed over by things like that women were just after them for the money. So I'm okay with him saying, I do fair, but throughout the course of this relationship, before she even came over, he should have said, you know what, I do okay, I have a moderate income, and set her expectations at a moderate level. Rent a Toyota or something as opposed to his Beamer or Mercedes, pick her up in a Toyota. And you know what, it is what it is. At that point, if she sees a Toyota and then she sees a really nice house, but if he's already set the expectation that he makes a normal mid-class style of living, that should be it. So I'm a little bit concerned where she seems to think one thing and now he's making her think he's dirt poor. I'm not really a fan of that.
I don't know if she thinks because he says he films himself, she doesn't see the house.
Right,
he's setting himself as very modest. I don't know. I hate things that start out with lies, and he says, I hope she finds it funny. I'm like, about the whole prank thing, and I don't know. This is just not fair. Well, and he wants a prenup too, right? And
I didn't see. Did he talk about a prenup? That makes sense to me. I'm all for prenups. I have no problem with prenups.
Yes, because he was the one, the wife was saying, you need to protect your interests, and it hasn't been brought up.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, oh, people, can't you bring these things up? It's like they're almost afraid to be truthful because God forbid the relationship doesn't get off. But then you set the whole relationship with all these problems because you've created all these lies.
Yeah, and if you don't talk about that in the beginning, what are you going to do? Get in a year later, propose, and then say, oh, by the way, and have the person be pissed? Like, knock that out on date number 2. I say date number 2. If you're the type of guy who needs a prenup, or a girl, you say, listen, if I get married again, I'm going to have a prenup because I worked really, really hard. And even if I love somebody, I just can't risk losing that. I understand it.
Yeah,
I have no
and
problem.
the kids. And it's like, if he's like, she wants kids, she's got babies on her brain, and they don't even want to discuss that. And he's just kind of like,
no, that's big.
And I'm like, people, like, she's traveling from another country. If she wants a baby, maybe he's not a hard no. If you're an emphatic
Did you hear
no,
what he just said? He said, I am not 100% no, but I am not a yes. He didn't say, he said he's not a yes. That means
a problem.
That's a huge problem.
She's 37. That time clock is ticking loud at this point.
Yes. Yeah. No, that should be discussion number 1. And if it ends, it ends. Oh, horrible.
A host of problems
on both sides.
People.
She's stupid for not throwing that right out there and saying, if you don't guarantee that you want this, let's end it.
Yes.
So that's on her too.
Things. Oh my God. It just makes you crazy. So this one, I don't have a lot of hope for them. But it's very funny. All these couples kind of fell into this whole thing with the COVID, where they started their thing, then COVID hits, and then they can't see each other. They couldn't see each other for 2 years, and now they're back at it 2 years later. That's just very interesting. I mean, at least they've lasted that long. So,
well, during COVID, I think a lot of people, took to computers to communicate.
You're in a holding pattern.
Yes.
So you're feeling everything's in a holding pattern, and you just pick up where you left off. I guess so. But anyway, we will wait and see on them. So we're going to go on to Emily and Kobe. And the highlight of this was that cute little boy,
baby
Coben.
Coben is the cutest.
Too cute.
That face with him smiling, oh my God,
Very cute.
cutest ever.
Very cute.
So cute.
But she did look different, and
she put on weight.
As we know, babies can do that to you.
But there's also something about, sometimes people just get in a rut and they don't decide to take care of themselves. Now, we don't know what he looks like. He could have put weight on in 2 years also. We don't know that. But he is having video calls with her, so he's got to see her face is a lot bigger.
Yeah, but she birthed his child, and yes, we will see if that is true love or, whatever. But we can only hope for the little dude involved. So
He is so cute.
I guess she's had ex-boyfriends in jail, so this is a step up from that. You know, props to the parents. That's always fun. That's always fun. You know, but yeah. So we will see. We will see. And we're gonna go on to more names I can't pronounce. Well, the one Cara and
Guillermo. He is hot. I am sorry. He is crazy good looking. Some of those pictures, I mean, and he could be my son. He's so young.
Looked a
but
little
I
young
was
to
like,
me.
wow. But no, she's
He
only
still had,
6 years older.
He still had baby fat.
But she's 29. He's 23. So, I mean, you know, I've dated people 6 and 8 years older than me, and not a big deal.
No.
But for the guy and the girl,
23
it's a little different. But he is good looking. She's really cute too. She's very pretty. I think they look adorable. Don't get me wrong. I just, you know, I'm hopeful. He seems like he's really into her and he's sweet. So I act like you now. I'm hopeful.
Oh, I'm getting real realistic. I'm coming in. I think they're all gonna fail. You know, I feel like a better chance of that. My one thing with this is it's already starting out like this. To me, he still had baby fat. He just looked a little young to me, you know. But that age difference is absolutely fine. But the relationship is already kind of taking on this kind of motherly thing.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna come and get you. I'm like, because you can't do this. Like, it's
well,
like.
I think she's doing that because of the expired passport. She doesn't,
She
if there's
is
a
doing
problem,
that.
she's like, he's with me, I'm a citizen.
She is doing that, but it just sounds like she did all the paperwork. It just sounds like mommy taking care of a kid, and I'm like, oh my God. It's just like I just feel like this is going to be that mommy and baby relationship, and that
could be a problem because he is young to settle down and get married.
That does not last long. Oh my God. And he's going to come over here, and is he going to get attention? Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll wait and see. But they, on paper, they're perfectly matched physically. They're a beautiful couple. Okay, Jibri and Miona. Jibri, very cute. He should be a model. He is so unique.
Adorable
looking.
Face, adorable.
Yes.
You know, I again, it's about communication, and she's beautiful, but her expectations of a lifestyle, like, you know, if it were me, and I expected that we were going to be living in our own apartment or a really nice place, and I have to come live with your parents in, you know, this type of place, that's going to put a big red flag out, and it's going to ruin everything. So
but I was like, I wish some of these guys would say, like, you know what, if you're not into, it's like, bottom line is we are going to come here and you're going to need to live in South Dakota with my parents for the first year. And if she says, oh, I'd rather stay here and wherever she's from, okay, you stay there, save money, and I'll check back with you in a year when we can move out. Like, but no one's going to say that. No one's going to say that. But I was annoyed because I feel like he's going to bend over backwards for this girl, and she wants that trip to New York to LA. She's got, you know, everybody with the Instagram and all.
And he's not working because of COVID with the bands, but you can't go
One
get another job.
One
song. I know.
Oh, I had to say they did play, which I'm sure maybe is the whole reason he's on the show. They did play a little snippet of his music.
Yeah.
And I was like,
pretty good.
I
thought it was
liked
pretty
all
good.
I could think of is I like it so much better than Usman.
Oh God,
I was
no,
like,
yeah, Usman, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I at least like this music.
I thought he was very good, but go get a job, you know, in a pumping
got
gas,
it,
doing
yeah,
something. You
got
can't
it,
just say,
yeah.
I can't be in a band, so I'm going to live with my parents.
Yeah,
you got to
can
work.
wait for the big break, but wait for the big break while you're doing your 9 to 5. I absolutely agree. But I don't know. She was very demanding. I just think, I don't know. I don't have a whole good feel about any of these right now, but maybe it'll turn around and they'll surprise me. But we will be watching and waiting to find out. And if you like this and want to follow along with us, please subscribe.
Leave us your comments. We'd love to hear your comments. Thanks so much for them.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.